guys, welcome to the third episode of my podcast series, Celebrity Craze. Today's topic is diving into how celebrities decide to use their platforms and just how challenging it can be having one. Thus, the title of the episode being Platform Purposes. To get more specific, I'm going to talk about how celebrities use their platforms for the BLM movement this year. Not a lot of people know that BLM has been around for a bit and was founded not too long ago in 2013. For those who are completely oblivious and don't know, BLM is a movement that is dedicated to fighting against racism and police brutality against Black people. After George Floyd's death in May, protests quickly spread all throughout the US and globally against police brutality towards Black people. News outlets and every social media platform was flooded with the protests that were happening. With the movement gaining so much momentum, it was easily one of the largest protests to happen in US history. Social media played a huge role in raising awareness for the movement with the use of the hashtag, as well as people vocalizing their support and providing their own experiences at the rallies through photos and videos. Celebrities and brands alike were held at a higher standard to show support and be allies for BLM due to the power and influence they hold. These people have resources to help elevate the movement, educate their audiences, and motivate others to donate just like them. People urged them to either promote BLM or don't bother talking or posting at all, and they were absolutely right for that. It was a very vulnerable time for the Black community, and the issue of police brutality has been around for literally centuries. George Floyd's death was a breaking point that called for everyone to not sit back letting this happen time and time again, and demand police accountability. Words and posts weren't enough, and it was time for action. Fortunately, some celebrities were able to follow through. I want to continue this discussion through two different phases: the misuses of a platform and the best ways to use your platform for good. Starting with the misuses of a platform, the silence from celebrities and brands ironically spoke volumes when there were people calling for advocacy of the movement. It's true when they say silence is violence. If people truly cared about the issue, being silent is not the way to convey it. It proves to people that money and being apolitical is the only thing that matters to celebrities. I can recall plenty of influencers just going about their day acting like the world wasn't going up in flames and nothing was going on. Just shameless promotion of products and merch or selfies being posted as if anyone would care or buy it. How slick do these people think they are? There's also the fact that certain celebrity fan bases, especially white celebrities, are made of racists, so celebrities keep that in mind and tend to them in order to keep their wallets safe. Celebrities need to stop ignoring and denying the issues. The silence allows for racists to be comfortable, which is not something any person with an ounce of human decency would allow, or should allow. Moving on to the next big no-no, treating BLM as a trend. This really shouldn't have to be said, but you should not be using Black people's suffering as some sick and twisted Instagram aesthetic. You shouldn't be utilizing any serious social issue and trivialize it down to some new trend. But guess what some celebrities did anyway? As if silence wasn't bad enough, some celebrities really thought to themselves, you know what I could really do to help? Post a black square and call myself an ally. That should show everyone I'm super woke. Celebrities try to do the bare minimum and get their followers to stop calling them out on their silence to post a black square and be even more silent. I can't believe I really got to witness that trend live as it was happening. I just remember physically shaking my head and laughing because people really swore and convinced themselves they were making an impact. It's tragic because this did more harm than good to the Black Lives Matter hashtag, since it was clogging up posts with vital information and updates people needed. If you haven't already realized, this entire trend is completely performative. People did this for a virtual pat on the back, and to let their followers know they're a quote-unquote good person. Celebrities had no other concern but to raise their social capital instead of actually helping the cause. Which brings me to the last misuse of a platform: performative activism. It's not hard to differentiate celebrities who are showing genuine support from the ones who are forced to show faux support. Celebrities and companies altogether realized if they didn't ally themselves with BLM, they would be canceled or lose support and face brutal online shaming, as they should. So celebrities went out of their way to publicly declare their alliance through every social media platform and then proceeded to attend protests to prove their alliance. The thing is, if you're going to fake an allyship to save face, at least make it convincing. In typical celebrity fashion, they took these protests as an opportunity to have photo shoots and paint themselves as activists. This reiterates the notion that BLM is just a trend for them to participate in, along with tagging other famous people in a BLM chain and tweet matching $50 donations. This doesn't really make an impact. What makes a significant impact is using your platform for good, and I don't mean artificially or the delusional perception kind of good. I'm talking actual activism where some celebrities actually showed that they weren't completely useless like some of their famous peers. A lot of them, in fact, made several donations to the movement, along with bail relief funds for protesters across the nation. Some have also consistently boosted petitions like calling for police accountability, law changes, and helping out the families of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Not only have celebrities made an effort to donate and call for changes, they also gave more exposure to Black businesses so their audiences would be encouraged to support them. Some went the extra mile to give their platforms over to Black activists to raise awareness on issues they felt needed to be discussed and to inform others. These are prime examples of using your platform for good. A lot of celebrities who were performative about the whole thing made it about themselves when all that was needed is them shifting the focus off themselves and shifting it to the Black community. You know, the people the whole movement is all about. It was refreshing to see that not every famous person was out of touch with the reality and were educated enough to realize this movement is bigger than themselves. Now that this episode is coming to a close, I just want to say that I know not everyone is as informed and educated as others about these issues. The problem isn't that. It's the fact that people pretend that they are and refuse to learn in order to continue the charade of being some warped version of an activist. Again, celebrities are held at these higher standards due to society creating them and the culture. Due to their status, they have that obligation to use their platform to speak up about not only BLM, but other social and political issues as well. Anyways, I hope I shed some light on how celebrities should use their platforms as a useful tool instead of solely using it to increase their social engagement. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you tune in for the last episode.